as the Fever have fired head coach Christy Sides after just 2 seasons. Indy went 20-20 this season, making the playoffs for the first time since the 2016 season and Caitlin Clark's first year as a pro.
The Indiana Fever just fired their coach after making the playoffs for the first time in 6 years. Crazy, right? But what's even crazier is who might replace her. Stephanie White, fresh off coaching a rival team, the Connecticut Sun, is in the running. And she's got some thoughts about Caitlin Clark that changes everything. What's really going on in her mind? Is she the missing piece to the Fever's championship puzzle, or is there more to this story? In this video, we'll explore Coach Stephanie White's fit to become the Indiana Fever head coach, the reaction of players and fans alike, and what her true feelings are of Caitlin Clark. Stick around until the end, because we'll reveal a fun fact that connects Stephanie and Caitlin that spans 24 years of Fever history. We're about to reveal everything, and it's not what you'd expect. Before we break it down, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Are you ready? Let's go.
Huge overhaul of the organization as they move into the big time. A new team president in the door, a new general manager in the door, and now a new head coach in the door as Christy Sides was shown the door.
Picture this: the Indiana Fever, after 6 long years of drought, finally make it to the playoffs. The fans are going wild, and it seems like the start of a new era. But behind the scenes, things aren't as rosy as they appear. Christy Sides, the coach who helped guide the Fever to this long-awaited playoff spot, is suddenly out. Just like that, she's gone. It's a move that's left fans scratching their heads and analysts buzzing with speculation. The reaction is split in half. On one side, shock and disappointment. On the other, an expectation of better days ahead.
And it just shows you that professional sports is a tough business. I mean, Sides was the coach of a team that got to the playoffs for the first time since 2016. Was the coach of the team that turned around from a rough 1-8 start. Was the coach of a team that dealt with unprecedented attention in the WNBA. But it feels like the Fever believe they need a new voice on the sideline in order to get to that next step, to that championship level, which they're not playing around with. Clearly, they're taking it very seriously.
But why? Wasn't the team on an upward trajectory? Well, it's not that simple. Let's break it down. Sides had some issues that were impossible to ignore. Her defensive strategies were often criticized, leaving the team vulnerable in crucial moments. Rotation mishaps led to players being out of position or exhausted when it mattered most. And when it came to in-game adjustments, Sides struggled to adapt when opponents threw curveballs their way, and whenever referees missed blatant calls, crickets and tumbleweeds from the coaching bench. Here's the real deal. The Fever's management isn't just looking for good. They're hungry for greatness. They're not content with just making the playoffs. They want a coach who can take this team all the way to a championship.
So the WNBA is recognizing they're at an inflection point, and they're trying to level up, it seems like, with all of their staff. And it certainly seems to be going on with the Indiana Fever, that, hey, they got a great opportunity to level up here in terms of president, general manager, and head coach, and they're taking that opportunity.
So, who's on their radar? Enter Stephanie White, a name that's lighting up basketball circles and setting fans' imaginations on fire. But White isn't just another name on a list of potential coaches. She's got a history with the Fever that runs deep. White wore the Fever jersey herself, suiting up for the team from 2000 to 2004. But her connection doesn't stop there. She later returned as head coach, leading the Fever to the WNBA Finals in her very first season at the helm in 2015. Talk about making an entrance. During her time as head coach, White racked up an impressive 37-31 record, proving she knows how to win in Indiana. Before taking the reins, White was part of the coaching staff that led the Fever to their only championship. She's seen it all, done it all, and now she might be coming back for more. Oh, and she used to work for the returning Fever president, Kelly Krauskopf. Talk about all the connections. But here's where it gets really interesting. White's not just coming off any coaching gig. She's fresh from leading the Connecticut Sun, a rival team that's been a thorn in the Fever's side. And she didn't just coach the Sun, she dominated with them. We're talking a 55-25 record over 2 seasons and snagging the WNBA Coach of the Year award in 2023. That's the kind of success that makes front offices sit up and take notice. White's got Indiana in her blood. She's from West Lebanon, Indiana, and her roots run deep in Hoosier basketball lore. It's like she's coming home, but this time with a wealth of experience and a trophy case full of accolades.
The first person that Caitlin Clark spoke to was Stephanie White. Now, Stephanie White has covered Caitlin's games as a part of the broadcast for Big Ten and was very complimentary of Caitlin Clark. So again, if Christy Sides maybe wasn't the right fit, if this indeed is a move to activate and get more from Caitlin Clark, then Stephanie White is likely at the top of the list.
But there's more to this story than just White's impressive resume. She's got a special connection to the Fever's new star player, a connection that could change everything. The potential pairing has fans and analysts alike buzzing with excitement. Could this be the perfect storm of coaching experience and young talent that the Fever need to go from playoff contenders to championship favorites? If you've made it this far and are enjoying the video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on all notifications. We know watching this video takes some of your time, and we appreciate you. Now back to the action.
Yeah, it's exciting. Certainly I was born and raised in Indiana, and so have a lot of pride in Indiana basketball, and a lot of pride in the Fever organization, being a player and a coach there. And it's exciting what's happening with the organization and where they are. I mean, most organizations have their ups and downs, certainly. But I'm proud of the growth of the Indiana Fever. Excited, about the future of the Indiana Fever.
From player to coach, Stephanie White's journey with the Indiana Fever reads like a basketball fairy tale. But this story's far from over. White isn't just another name on a list of potential coaches. She's a Fever legend, a hometown hero with championship DNA. Here's where things get spicy. White's not just walking in off the street. She's fresh from a stint with the Connecticut Sun, a rival team that's given the Fever headaches. And let's not forget, it was a Sun player who poked Caitlin Clark in the eye during a heated game that could have cost the Fever the entire playoff series. Drama, anyone?
As everyone else has seen this angle.
So, what's the upside of bringing White back to Indiana? For starters, she knows the Fever inside and out. She's been in the trenches, both as a player and a coach. That kind of experience? Priceless. Plus, she's got that championship touch. She knows what it takes to go all the way, and that's exactly what the Fever are hungry for. But hold on, it's not all sunshine and rainbows. White's been away from the Fever for a while now. The game's evolved, strategies have shifted. Can she keep up with the new pace? And let's address the elephant in the room. Those Connecticut Sun players. When things got rough on the court, White never really spoke up against the actions of her team. And in the basketball circles, silence speaks volumes. That's left a few question marks hanging in the air.
I'm calling her in, and I'm saying to her, I need answers.
But there's an even bigger twist in this tale. White's potential return isn't just about reliving past glories. It's about shaping the Fever's future. And that future has a name that's on everyone's lips, Caitlin Clark. White's got history with Clark, and it's not what you might expect. Long before Clark joined the Fever, White had her eye on the young phenom as a college basketball commentator. She saw something special, a spark that could ignite the whole league. And now, the possibility of White coaching Clark has fans buzzing with excitement.
Caitlin isn't just great for women's basketball. She is great for the entire game. She's more than just points.
She absolutely is. I mean, let's not forget, this is a young woman who led the nation in assists as well. She's accomplished records that haven't ever been accomplished in the sport of collegiate basketball.
Could this be the perfect blend the Fever needs? A coach with deep Indiana roots and championship experience, paired with a rising star who's already taking the league by storm? It's a combination that could light up scoreboards and pack arenas, even more than last year. You've heard the buzz about Stephanie White, but there's another name that's got the basketball world buzzing even louder. Caitlin Clark exploded onto the WNBA scene like a supernova. But even the brightest stars need guidance. Could White be the key to unlocking Clark's full potential? The answer might surprise you.
Right now, and Caitlin Clark is just at the epitome of the intersection of social media, of pop culture, and fan engagement in a way that we've never seen, and she's moving the needle forward for all athletes.
Let's talk about the unicorn in the room. Or should we say the phenom on the court? Caitlin Clark isn't just any player. She's a game changer, a record breaker, a player who's redefining what's possible in women's basketball. From the moment she stepped onto the WNBA court, everyone knew they were witnessing something special. She broke 62 records during her freshman season. But here's where it gets interesting. White's been watching Clark long before she joined the Fever. She saw the spark, the raw talent, the potential to change the game. And when Clark faced her first real test in the pros, White was right there, defending her against the critics. Remember those early games when Clark was finding her footing? The naysayers were quick to judge. "She's not ready," they said. "She can't handle the pros," they claimed. But White, she wasn't having any of it. "She's going to be fine," White said, standing firm in her belief. "It's 2 games in, are you kidding me?"
When I'm, looking at all these things that people are talking about with Caitlin Clark, it's like, guys, chill out. Like, she's gonna be fine. Like, it's 2 games in, are you kidding me? She's a student of the game. She got better every year. You're not going to just absorb all of the new information that's coming at you in 2 games, in 2 weeks. It takes time, and she will. I have no doubt about it. She's a student of the game. She continues to get better, and these are also points that coaches then address. Hey, let's continue to work on this.
That's not just coach speak, folks. That's genuine belief. That's understanding. White saw what others couldn't, or wouldn't. She recognized that even the greatest players need time to adjust, to find their rhythm in a new league. And she wasn't afraid to say it. But it's not just about White defending Clark. It's about the potential of what these two could achieve together. Think about it. White's strategic mind, her years of experience both on the court and on the sidelines, combined with Clark's raw talent and basketball IQ. It's a combination that could light up scoreboards and leave opponents scratching their heads. Clark's rookie season was nothing short of remarkable. She led the WNBA in assists, showcasing her ability to not just score, but to elevate her entire team. And those triple-doubles? Not 1, but 2 in her first season. That's the kind of versatility that coaches dream about.
Make no mistake, Caitlin Clark is doing things beyond her years.
Caitlin Clark finished up one of the most remarkable years of basketball playing up in quite some time.
Now, imagine that talent under White's guidance. White's coaching style is all about player development, about understanding the game at a deeper level. It's like she's been preparing for a player like Clark her entire career. The potential for growth, for pushing the boundaries of what's possible in women's basketball, is mind-boggling. But wait, there's more to this story. It's not just White who's been watching Clark. Clark's been keeping an eye on White too. And her thoughts? Well, they're not what you might expect. We'll reveal this more later. The connection between these two goes beyond just player and potential coach. There's a mutual respect, a shared understanding of the game that could be the foundation of something truly special. We're talking about the kind of player-coach relationship that doesn't just win games. It changes the entire landscape of the sport.
She's done. It's just, she's obviously, she's been a trailblazer, honestly. I think she's always been somebody that's been supportive of my game, and it's been fun to talk to her at shoot-arounds throughout my college career and always been really supportive.
As the basketball world watches and waits, one thing's clear. The pairing of Stephanie White and Caitlin Clark could be the start of a new era for the Indiana Fever. The only question left is, are you ready to witness history in the making?
Caitlin Clark and the many athletes that are coming into the WNBA are showing that these endorsement deals will follow great players and great ambassadors.
History, that's just the beginning. What if I told you there's a twist of fate connecting White and Clark that even the most diehard fans don't know about? It's a link that could make their partnership feel almost destined. Let's connect the dots. Stephanie White brings years of experience both as a player and a coach. Caitlin Clark, she's got talent that's off the charts. But is this the perfect match we've all been waiting for? The basketball world is buzzing with anticipation.
She's obviously called a lot of my games all throughout college, and I just think she has a really great basketball mind. I think she's done a great job calling college games. It's been great to see her on NBA games.
Here's the thing about Clark. She's not just a player. She's a student of the game, always analyzing, always learning. And when it comes to White, Clark's got some thoughts that might surprise you. She has a really great basketball mind, Clark said. Coming from a player who's seen it all, that's not just praise. It's a sign of deep respect. That kind of support doesn't go unnoticed. It builds a foundation of trust that could be the secret ingredient to something truly special. Now, imagine this. White's strategic mind combined with Clark's on-court brilliance. It's a combo that could light up the league like we've never seen before. White's patient, supportive coaching style, it's tailor-made for a player like Clark. And Clark's ability to see the game in ways others can't, that's exactly what a coach like White can mold into something extraordinary. Analysts are already drawing parallels to some of the greatest coach-player duos in WNBA history. They see the potential for a partnership that could rewrite the record books. And for some fans, they're practically giddy with excitement. The idea of White and Clark teaming up has sparked a new wave of hope for the Fever's future.
I think that's going to be a lot of fun for the both of us.
But here's where it gets really interesting. There's one more twist in this tale, a connection that might just be destiny. It's a link between White and Clark that goes beyond their mutual admiration and complementary skills. It's something that ties them to the very fabric of the Indiana Fever's history. Here's a fun fact that might just blow your mind. Stephanie White was the first player to rock the number 22 jersey for the Fever. And Caitlin Clark? She could be the last to wear it before it's hung in the rafters. Talk about coming full circle. The basketball world is holding its breath, waiting to see if this dream partnership will become a reality. And if it does, well, get ready for a new era of Indiana Fever basketball. An era that could redefine what's possible in the WNBA.
This is about the Indiana Fever. Yes, we have a foundational player in Caitlin Clark and Leah Boston, and we're going to continue to add to that. But I want this team to be the leader in the country.
The Fever's future is looking bright, with or without White at the helm. But if she does take charge, we might need sunglasses to handle the glare. White's experience and Clark's talent could be championship combination we've all been waiting for. One thing's for sure. The Indiana Fever are about to write a new chapter in WNBA history. Whether it's White guiding Clark to new heights or another coach stepping up to the plate, we're in for a wild ride. The pieces are in place, the stage is set, and the basketball world is watching. Get ready, folks. The next season of Fever basketball might just be the most exciting yet. Are you excited? Let us know in the comments. Like, subscribe, and turn on all notifications so you never miss out. Click the video on the screen, and we will see you in the next one.